Hello there. Welcome to the very special episode of JPFans Unboxing. This is the full unboxing of everything that I got from JPFans. I showed a little bit of it off in a YouTube short a while ago, and now I'm finally ready to show you everything that's in this box. This thing is heavy. There's PlayStation 2 games in here, PlayStation 1 games, Sega Saturn, Nintendo DS. There's a lot of stuff in here from JPFans. But JPFans, what is it? If you've heard of things like Bai, Zen Market, Sendico, it's just like that. It's a Japanese proxy service that lets you buy things directly from Japan and they ship it to you. Like on Japan, like Yahoo Auctions and stuff like that. You can buy very, very cheap things or like a large amount of things for a very cheap price. Like a lot of these PlayStation games, I bought in like a big lot, like a bundle. I didn't buy these one by one, right? And so I got a really good deal on these, and I'm very excited to show you what's in this box. I'm going to tell you, it is a long one. We're going to be looking at over 30 games in the box, so sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink and snack. It's going to be a long one. Let's take a look. Alright, so here is the box from JPFans, and as you can see, this thing is full of games. So we're just going to grab a pile here and go through each game one by one. So the first game we're pulling out here is called Eternal Mana, and this is actually a series of games that I had no idea about, but this is, from what I've played, it feels like a pretty standard JRPG. I mean, I'm sure there's things that make it different. I mean, the one thing that does make it different, if you ask me, is the fact you can jump in this game. With standard RPGs, you don't really ever see that, so that's pretty interesting. It's not like a full top-down like JRPG like Dragon Quest or something like that, but it's mostly top-down. The art style is really nice. I like the graphics. I like that it's fully voice acted. I really like that. Other than that, though, then the jumping, like, there's not really a whole lot I can say on it. I did like what I played of it, though, and I do see myself going back to this one. I'm not super into RPGs, like I don't really ever play them, but I've been trying to really branch out my horizon in playing games and genres, so this is one that I really feel that I'm going to go back to and play a little bit more. So the next game here is called Tensho Gakuen Gensoroku. And the only thing you really need to know about this game is it's a visual novel. It's a visual novel that sometimes has JRPG battles. Like, that's really it. It's a very heavy story-focused game, about like high school kids and mysteries and whatnot. Like, that's all you really need to know. This is not really my kind of thing. It's very story-heavy. If there was a little bit more action, maybe I would be into it. It reminds me a lot of Sakura Wars. Sakura Wars is very story-heavy and stuff. Sometimes has fun battles. Mostly it's just a lot of story, so you're not going to see a whole lot from this one. If that's your kind of thing, then maybe this is a game you'd like to try and pick up. But for me, it's not really my thing, but I like adding it to the collection anyway. So this game here was really interesting. I want to talk about this one. So this is made by Taito, and the name of it is called Garukuta Meisaku Gekijo Rakagaki Okoku. And as I said, this is a really interesting game. So when you first start the game, like, you're learning how to like draw these like shapes and stuff. Like it revolves around making things with like crayons or like pen and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, like, what are we gonna really do with this? And then when you like make the things and stuff, you move on to these battles, and I was like, hey, hold on, this looks just like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon Stadium. And the way they fight and stuff, I'm like, this is Pokemon. What the heck? Like, this is a Taito Pokemon game? Like, this is super cool. As you see, they're like battling and stuff. Like, this is, you cannot tell me that this is not Pokemon. Like, this is literally Pokemon. As you see the little like object that I made, like, let's like, this awful object's just destroying this monster here. I thought this was super cool. This is hilarious. Like, I was laughing at it, but I was having fun. I was like, I never knew about this game. Like, I don't know if this also came out in America or maybe in Europe or something, but this is a really cool game. I was really surprised. I was like, hey, yo, this is one I'm definitely going to play more of. I was just so shocked. I was like, what is this Pokemon Taito game? Like, this is super cool. This is one I'm definitely going to check out, and you should check it out too. I think it's really fun. So the next game here, as you see, is Dragon Quest V. So this was the remake that they made back in 2004, and I haven't really played any Dragon Quest games. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm very new to Dragon Quest games. I have Dragon Quest III for the Famicom, and now I have Dragon Quest V here. I'm not sure on the consensus if like the original is better, or if the remake's better, or if they're like kind of on par with each other. From what I played, it seemed nice. I liked the music and the graphics looked nice. The only noteworthy thing really from this thing, and I don't know if this was also an American thing or not, is this version comes with a preview disc for Dragon Quest VIII, and I thought that was really cool. I like those like little things that used to get back in the day. You know, those little like preview discs for other games and stuff, and it shows a preview of the game, like a trailer, and then preview of the gameplay for Dragon Quest VIII. So I thought this was really cool. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and play it. I'm really new to Dragon Quest games, but maybe I'll give it a try. So the next game you see here is called Star Ocean Till the End of Time, Star Ocean 3. And I didn't even know anything about this series. Apparently there's more than just one of them. But from what I played, this was really interesting. It's a sci-fi action RPG. I really like the mechanics of the game. I like how you fight in the game. You know, I like how it's not just like a traditional RPG where it's like you press attack and then it goes attack and stuff. Like, I like having actual control of the game. I like the graphics a lot. This one really looks like Pokemon Coliseum. Like, I know I just said about that other game, but this one, the graphics remind me so much of Pokemon Coliseum. But I really liked what I played of this game. I didn't get to play a whole lot of it, but I'm definitely going to go back to it and play more of it. It seems really interesting. So this next game here, I have some things to say about this game. So this is called Magna Carta. And this is, it seems like a tactical JRPG game, but I'm not really sure because I started the game up. It has some cutscenes and stuff, which were nice, and the game looks nice. And then you start the game and you're going around recruiting your like teammates and stuff, and then when you do that, from what I assume, you go to learn how to battle, and I'm trying to battle, nothing is happening. So then I go up to this wall and I get stuck. I get stuck on the wall and there's nothing I can do. I guess I soft locked myself or something. I don't know how. This wall is just I don't know, the collision's bad or something. I got stuck in it. I was spinning around trying to get out of it, and I could not get out of it. So I didn't try it again. So I can't tell you too much about this game other than the fact that I played it for like 10 or 15 minutes and I got soft locked. So that's all I have to say on that game. Alright, next game from the box here is called Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter. And all you need to know about this game is if you've played Mega Man Legends, it feels a lot like that. It's made by Capcom, so of course, like that makes sense. But it looks and feels a lot like Mega Man Legends. Even the currency is called Zenny from Mega Man Legends. Now, this does have some JRPG like action to it, like when you actually fight and stuff. It switches more to a JRPG combat style. But if you played Mega Man Legends, you might like this game. I hope you guys like JRPGs because that is the theme of the box here. Next game here is Gensou Suikoden 3. So I'm familiar with the Suikoden games. I've known a lot of people who have played Suikoden 2 back on PlayStation 1. I've never played any of them myself, but this one, I don't have a lot to say about it. I mean, it's a JRPG. Seems like you can choose between 3 different characters, and it seems like the stories intertwine with each other. The only really thing I can say about it is, man, this game is clunky. It feels very, very clunky. Moving is not fun. It just feels awful. You get stuck a lot. It's just, man, it does not move very well. If you actually like get past that and move into the action phase, I mean, there's a lot of random encounters. The random encounters I feel are a little too excessive. You move just a little bit and then you get into a random encounter. The animations and stuff are fine. The battling's fine. I just think this is probably going to be a grindy slog kind of game. I just don't think I'm going to go back to this one. But, I mean, if you're into the Suikoden games, this might be something to look into. Alright, so the next game in the box here is called Summon Night 3. So this one, there's nothing really noteworthy. This is like an SRPG, a tactical RPG, but it's very story heavy. You really have to pay attention to what they're saying because you'll be given a couple of different responses to choose from, and I imagine that's going to impact the story in some way. But if you move from the story into the gameplay, as you can see, it's just a tactical RPG. Nothing really special about it. If you ask me, I didn't play a whole lot of it myself. Maybe it gets really interesting, I don't know. But I'm guessing like this is more about the story than the gameplay. But, you know, if you're into this kind of thing, might be a game to pick up and try out. Alright, so the next game in the box here is actually a sequel to one of the first games we saw at the beginning of this unboxing from the Tensho Gakuen game, and this is Tensho Gakuen Gekka no Sho. So I don't really have much to say about this one either. This is a sequel to the previous game, so apparently these did quite well. This is a visual novel, And sometimes it's an RPG with RPG battles. There's not much I can say. I'm really sorry. This is very story heavy. And maybe I'll go back to these and actually play them. But there's a lot of story to even get to any type of action. Unfortunately, I don't have much to say. Maybe these are good. If you've played these before, let me know. I might be missing on some type of gem here. Okay, so this game here, I was actually really excited for. This is Final Fantasy X. I don't know why I was so hyped for this game, but I'm guessing I was expecting something different. So this game here, Final Fantasy X, it is just Final Fantasy in true 3D. Like, the fighting in the game is exactly like how you fight in the old Final Fantasy games. You press fight, and then it attacks. Shield, and whatever. It's like, you just press the button, and it does the thing. That's what I don't like about traditional RPGs. I like more movement, more control of the game. And unfortunately, man, this is not what I wanted, unfortunately. Maybe I'll go back to this one and play more of it. I don't know. I was really excited, and I don't really like it at this point in time, but maybe I'll change my mind later. You don't have to say it. I already know I am a lame gamer. And speaking of being a lame gamer, here is Dragon Quest VIII, a game I have never played before. So this is, from what I understand, to be well regarded as one of the best Dragon Quest games ever made, from what I understand. Isn't this the same one that got remade or redone on the 3DS or something like that? I thought it was re-released or remade on the 3DS, from what I understand. I know for a fact, though, this is hailed as one of the best Dragon Quest games. It looks really nice. Artwork is by Akira Toriyama, the same guy who made, Dragon Ball and stuff like that. So, artwork's nice, music's nice. I didn't play a whole lot of it, but it looks like a fine game. This might be a game that I'll actually go back and play. I really like it. It just has a certain vibe to it that I can't really describe, but it kind of makes me want to go back and play it. I don't have a lot to say of it, as I said, but maybe I'll go back and play this game. If you've played it, let me know. So this next game right here, this is the one I was actually really hyped for. I was really hyped to get this one because this one is made by the same people who made Dark Cloud and Dark Cloud 2. If you've played either one of those games, man, you have to play Rogue Galaxy. I've never played it up until now. I've been wanting to play it for a couple years now. And man, just playing it just a little bit, oh, it feels so good. I'm like, man, this is the next Dark Cloud game I've been wanting so bad. I played Dark Cloud 1 like the heck out of Dark Cloud 1. I love that game so much. Dark Cloud 2, just couldn't get into it. Rogue Galaxy, I was like, oh man, this is it. Dark Cloud is back, baby. Now, it's not exactly like Dark Cloud. It's actually quite different. There are some elements from Dark Cloud. I think there's a lot more elements from Dark Cloud 2. I'm like, man, I don't really like Dark Cloud 2, but this is really its own game. It's a action RPG, adventure, sci-fi. You're space, up in space and stuff, and it fights a lot like Kingdom Hearts, which isn't a bad thing. I like Kingdom Hearts, so the combat's much like Kingdom Hearts. The enemy encounters are random, which is different from Dark Cloud 1 and Dark Cloud 2. You would just see the enemies just walking around, but in this one you're walking and then you just get into a random encounter with enemies. But I really don't think it's a bad thing. It doesn't really feel annoying at all, and honestly, man, this one's really fun. If you've played Dark Cloud or Dark Cloud 2, please get Rogue Galaxy. 10 out of 10. So this next game here was kind of a surprise to me. This is Phantasy Star Universe, and I didn't know that PlayStation 2 had a Phantasy Star Online game. I knew about the ones on GameCube and the one or two of them that they had on Xbox, but PlayStation 2, I had no idea about. I still play the original Phantasy Star Online for Dreamcast here and there whenever I kind of feel like it or have time. This one here, I was a little concerned about. I was like, okay, is there a story mode or is it only online? Because if it's only online, well, I'm not going to be able to play this game. Thankfully, there is a story mode to it. I was playing a little bit of it. Man, there are a lot of cutscenes. You walk a little bit, there's a cutscene. Walk a little bit more, there's a cutscene. I'm like, okay, am I playing a game or watching a movie here? Let's just play the game, please. When you actually got to playing the game, if you've ever played any Phantasy Star Online games, it's the same. The combat and how you fight in this game, it's the same. It feels like a decent game. The story mode might be fun. If there's any more long cutscenes though, man, I might just have to end it here. But, I might try it out a little bit more and see where it goes. Alright, so this game here is the last of the PlayStation 2 games in this box, and this is called Poison Pink. I don't have a lot to say about this one. This is another SRPG, a tactical RPG. The only thing I have to say about it is it was released in 2008, and I say that because this game looks awful. Graphically, it looks terrible for 2008. Like, man, this game looks awful. If you ask me personally, maybe someone likes this game, maybe someone likes the art style. I think for 2008, it looks terrible. Other than that, though, there's not a whole lot I can say about it. As I said, it's just a tactical RPG. It does have cutscenes or like animations that you can skip in the game, thank goodness, because when you actually like go up to an enemy and fight, it goes into this animation of showing you fighting the character and then them fighting you and stuff. It takes very long. It's very time consuming. Thankfully, you can skip those though, so you don't have to watch them. It's all I can really say about the game. It doesn't really seem that interesting to me. I'm probably not going to go back to it, but if you've played this game, let me know. I'd like to hear about it. Alright, so now we're moving into the PlayStation 1 games of this box, and the first game here is The Legend of Dragoon. So this is a 4-disc game, so I'm guessing it's very big and probably very long. It's a JRPG, of course. It's very standard for PlayStation 1 games. There was a lot of JRPGs on PlayStation 1. A lot of good ones, too. And this one, from what I understand, is pretty highly regarded. From what I played of it, you know, I liked the combat of the game. I liked that there was a little bit more control other than just attack, block, and stuff like that. It has a little bit of a unique system, like not super unique, and it doesn't really stand out so much, but I like there was a little bit more like control on your end for how you do combat and stuff. Other than that, though, there's not a whole lot I can say about it, but this does seem like a game that I will go back to. It looks like it has a pretty interesting, deep story, and as I say, it's a 4-disc game, so it's probably pretty long. This next game here is called Nazo-O, The Mysterious King. There's nothing I can say about this game. Like, I thought it was going to be a horror game. This is like a riddle game. So, like, it'll ask you, like, these questions and stuff, and you get, like, 5 seconds to answer them. Man, this is just above my knowledge. Like, trying to read and understand that fast, I don't know what's happening. There's not much I can say about this one. I'm sorry. I thought it was going to be horror, but it's like, I guess it's like adventure horror, but like it has riddle questions and stuff. I don't know, man. Like, there's not much I can say about it. I know that's a terrible review of the game, but it's all I got. Alright, the next game here is Tekken 2. This is a classic Namco arcade game. Very classic game. A lot of fun. I really like this game. And you're going to see a lot of these PlayStation 1 games, like, we're going to start getting into ones that only have the case and don't have the, like, instruction manuals. And I'm going to be looking at some of the backs of these. Some PlayStation 1 games, well, not some, a lot of them usually are very, very scuffed and scratched with those, like, black backs on them. The scratches are very easy to see. Some of them aren't too bad, some of them are very bad, but all the games did work, so even though some of them are really like scratched up bad, they did work fine. And as I said, this is a classic arcade game. I'm more of a Soul Calibur and Dead or Alive guy myself, but Tekken 2 and the whole Tekken franchise, it's always a great time to play. So this next game here is called Gunbarrel for PlayStation 1. I don't have much to say about this one. I think this game is awful. I would imagine this probably works with the light gun. Using a controller is pretty bad in this game. It's just a like shooting gallery game. You can play single player or you can play with friends. If you have friends to play this game with, it's pretty bad, man. Like I played a little bit of it and it's just not fun. Maybe if it has light gun support, it would be more fun to play. The controller just is not fun to play this game on. I just didn't really like it. I think this game is just bad. So the next game here is Super Light 1500 series Mahjong 2. The Super Light 1500 series I really like on the PlayStation 1. And then they carry that over to the PlayStation 2. These are like supposed to be like cheaply made games, just like standard games. They have a lot of these kind of games. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Well, not bad, it's just not my thing, right? Like, this is Mahjong 2. I don't know how to play Mahjong. I've never known how to play Mahjong. One day, maybe I'll learn how to play it. If I knew how to play it, this would probably be a decent time. It might even be really fun. I just don't know how to play Mahjong myself. So, unfortunately, I can't say much about the game, but here it is, Mahjong 2. Alright, next we got good old Crash Bandicoot 2. The original Crash Bandicoot games, the first 3 games, like that is classic PlayStation. Like whenever I think of PlayStation 1, I think of the original Spyro games and the original Crash Bandicoot games. Like these are classic games. I'm not really into Crash Bandicoot myself. The only games I really played was like Wrath of Cortex back on the GameCube and like Tag Team Racing on the GameCube. Those are the games I had as a kid. I've never really been into the original games myself, but you know, all 3 of the old Crash games, they're great games. Like, they're classics. You cannot deny that. That's really all I can say to it. Like, this is just Crash Bandicoot, but it's a lot of fun. And this next one here, this is an interesting one. So this is Deep Fear for Sega Saturn. This is the only Sega Saturn game I got, unfortunately, but this is a great one. So this is a survival horror game, much like Resident Evil. This came out in 1998, and it was only released in Japan and Europe. And what's interesting is this is like fully like acted in English, but of course the Japanese version, it's going to be Japanese reading, but you can understand a lot of it, what they're saying and stuff, because it's fully voice acted in English, which was interesting. The voice acting is awful, but other than that, it's interesting because like you're like underwater in this like submarine, and you know, then you have to go to this like Navy like base underwater, and everyone on that ship is like mutated into like zombies and stuff. But like the thing about it that's different is you have a limited amount of air, so you have to constantly go to these little like air stations and refuel the air to breathe the oxygen from under there. And if you don't, well, you're dead. So it gives you an interesting sense of dread. It's like, oh shoot, I have to go get the air. I have to go like get the air refilled and stuff. I really like this game. This is a really interesting take on horror, and I love playing really anything on the Sega Saturn. I'm a sucker for the Sega Saturn. This is a really cool game, a really fun horror game. I never heard of it, and I am loving this game. It was only $10 too. It was $10 because it was labeled as junk because they couldn't test the game. So they were like, hey, this is, it might work, it might not. It works completely fine, and I'm very happy with this deal. $10. All right, the next PlayStation 1 game here is called The Legend of Legaia. I hope I'm saying that right. This is another classic JRPG. Never heard of it before. From what I understand, it's pretty highly regarded. The English copy is actually very expensive online. This one's really interesting because of the way you battle. The combat's interesting. Like you like don't just like choose like, you know, like attack and like spells and stuff. Like you kind of make your own moves in the game. It's very, very interesting. A little bit hard to describe, but if you see it on here, like it's a very interesting way to battle in the combat. Story seems really in-depth. It starts out really sad, actually. I don't want to spoil anything, but this is one that I'm definitely going to play. I'm going to play this one just for the combat. The combat's so unique, in my opinion. I'm definitely going to go back and play this one. So, the next game here, I thought was Time Crisis. Now, I didn't remember getting Time Crisis, but I was like, you know, I'll take Time Crisis. Yeah, sure, I never played it before. I got bamboozled. This is not Time Crisis. It's a shooter. It's not Time Crisis. It's worse. It's Gunbolt. So I don't know if this is like a sequel to Gunbarrel or a prequel to Gunbarrel that we saw. But man, this game is worse. If it's a prequel, then I can understand why it's worse. If it's a sequel, man, you did a very, very bad job. That's all I can say on this game. It's very bad. I do not like it. Even with the light gun or like mouse support or anything, I still wouldn't like it. This game's awful. Alright, so the next PlayStation 1 game here is Dragon Quest VII. So this is another game that I haven't played before, and I probably won't be playing after this. I mean, I tried to play it. The intro was really nice. It was actually beautiful. It felt really, really nice. It was really cool looking. Then we actually got to the game, just kind of felt mad. Like that didn't really seem like there was a lot to it. I'm not sure on the consensus of this game. Is it a good game? Is it bad? Is it just kind of meh? I don't know when it comes to the Dragon Quest games. If you've played 7 before, let me know. I might be missing out on a hidden gem here, but there's not a whole lot I can say to it. You're just kind of start out on an island, walking around and stuff. I didn't really get too far in it, but it could be a good game. I'm not too sure. Alright, so the next game here is kind of an interesting concept. So this is called PAL, and it's about a boy and his dog. It's an RPG, and you would think that you would be playing as the boy. No, you were playing as the dog. So that's interesting. The only problem is I could not figure out what to do forever. I'm pressing all these options and the menus and the buttons. I'm pressing everything I can, and I'm getting just no results. No results. I'm tied up on this leash here. Finally, I press the right thing and I figure out what to do. So then the guy comes out and he like takes me on a walk and stuff. And it didn't really matter too much because then I get tied up again. I was like, oh, okay. I'm not sure what this game really is, except for it's an RPG, of course. I'm not sure what this game really is about, though, other than a boy and his dog on an adventure is what I can imagine. If this is a good game, if this is a bad game, I don't know. I would really like to know if anyone else has played this game. I don't know if this also came out in America or if it was like a Japanese-only game, but I would like to know more about this game. I might go back and play a little bit of it and see what it's all about, but at the moment, it just seems like a standard RPG, but with a little bit of a twist because you're playing as a dog. So this next game here is called IQ Intelligent Cube, and I really tried to get the grasp of it and understand what's happening here. It's some type of IQ game from what I can understand. Like, it's not like IQ, of course, like it's not really going to test your IQ like that much, but like it's a very interesting cube puzzle based game. It seems like you're supposed to press these like squares to like get rid of the blocks before it crushes you. I really tried to get the hang of it. I thought I was kind of getting the hang of it, but I definitely was not getting the hang of it. My IQ kept coming out as 0, so it seems like an interesting game. It seems like it's also multiplayer, so it could be a fun 2-player game, possibly. But that's all I can really say. It just, I don't know really what it's about other than you're trying to get these cubes away before you die. So it could be interesting. I might go back to it, but that's all I really have to say on it. So this next game right here is called Momotaro Densetsu. So I recently got this back on the Nintendo Famicom, and I was playing through it and really liked it. It's just like, it's basically a Dragon Quest clone, but with Momotaro. Momotaro is a very famous Japanese folklore. It's about this boy who was born in this giant peach. This old lady finds him up in a mountain when she's washing her clothes up in the river. She takes it home, and her and her husband are about to eat it, and out comes Momotaro. And then, like, there's yokai and Oni that's going through the town and causing havoc. So he's like, don't worry, I'm going to kill all these monsters. And that's kind of just the thing. You go on your adventure, and that's really it. It's a very cute little RPG, but it's very Dragon Quest. It's pretty much like a Dragon Quest clone. You get rocked, though. Like, early on this game, like, you get absolutely destroyed. Like, there's no way. Like these two guys here, like, absolutely destroyed me. And this is, like, the very start of the game. So I don't know if I'll play this version exactly. I like the one on Nintendo Famicom a lot. This version, it looks okay. I kind of prefer the 8-bit one more, though, in terms of style, but this one might be a good one to play. So this game right here, when I saw it, I knew I had to have it. I was like, oh, this looks super cool. And it was only $5. This is a Japanese Club Nintendo exclusive Nintendo DS game called Zekyo Senshi Sakure. And from what I've seen online about it, it seems like it's a multiplayer side-scrolling beat-em-up. And it looks really fun. And I would like to tell you that it's fun, but I couldn't get it to work. So this is multiplayer only. There's no single player. You only can play 2 or 3 players through download play. And so as you see here, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get through the tutorial, but you need the 2 people here to play it because this game focuses heavily on the mic to do your moves and stuff. So you have to like yell into the mic to say things. And I was getting to like it looked like the last part where like you both need to yell into the mic and to do the special move, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I'm going to show some footage that I found from online, and I will link the source because I just couldn't get the game to work. Unfortunately, I didn't have anyone to play it with. I would love to play this game, though. I'm definitely going to try and get a group to play this game because it looks very fun. Unfortunately, I couldn't play it, but having a Japanese Club Nintendo exclusive game, I was like, yeah, sure, this looks super cool. For $5, I thought this was a cool game to have. Alright, next in the box is Crash Bandicoot 3. Classic game, classic. This is probably my favorite game to play of the Crash series. As I said, I'm not really into Crash Bandicoot, but if I play anyone, this is the one, because it has a lot of cool things, and you can play as more than just Crash Bandicoot. The new levels are really cool, how you like go through like time traveling and stuff. It's a really cool, fun game. I haven't ever played it deeply, but this might be a game that I'll go back to and actually play like more in depth. I haven't really ever got to play it much, so I'm happy that I have this one. And the next game here is Tomb Raider 2. So I've never really played Tomb Raider. I played one of the new ones back on PlayStation 4. And I think I played Tomb Raider 3 back on Dreamcast. I'm not sure which one it was on Dreamcast. I think it was 3. So I was trying to play Tomb Raider 2. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, the controls are awful, man. Like these controls are awful. And I got stuck because I didn't know where to go for a long time. Then when I finally figured out where to go, I just could not make those jumps, man. It is, man, this game controls bad. Like, oh my goodness. It was a struggle. I don't know if I'll go back to Lara Croft Tomb Raider 2. If this is one of your favorite games, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. Alright, and this is the last PlayStation 1 game here in the box, and this is called Rescue Shot. And this was a fun little game. This is cute. It would be a lot more fun with light gun or mouse support, because I saw in the back that it actually supports a mouse. But this was a pretty fun game. Basically, like, you just have to protect the guy who's walking from getting killed from enemies. So you have to shoot all the enemies that are coming up behind him or in front of him. And it was a pretty fun game. I wish I had at least the mouse to play with it. It'd be a lot more fun. If I do get the mouse, I think I'll play this game a lot more, but this was a cute little game. And now for the final thing in the box. I actually lied. This is the last PlayStation 2 game. This right here is Phantom Kingdom, and I thought this was super cool. This is why I bought this huge lot of PlayStation 2 games, because of this right here. This is like a limited edition big box game, and this is super cool. This is nothing more than an SRPG tactics game. Like, there's nothing really special about the game. It's just a standard tactics RPG. The art style looks nice. It looks like a fine game. I don't know if I'll ever go back to it though. It's just not really my kind of thing. But I love having this big box. It has everything in here. It has the art book, it has the soundtrack CD, the actual game, of course, and this is just super cool. This box has seen better days, but everything's here, and I was like, heck yeah, I'll have like a special edition PlayStation game. Yeah, why not? But guys, that is finally the end of this unboxing. This was a great experience, a lot of games to go through, but it was very fun to go through all of them. And thank you so much to JPFans for sponsoring this video. If you want to check out JPFans, use the link in my description to sign up for an account and get some special deals and special coupons when you first buy on the website. It was a very, very good experience. A great deal, $65 for all these games. Now, when you go to ship the games, yeah, you're going to be paying a little bit, but if you get like a big bundle like this, it's going to be more than worth it. Thank you again, JPFans, for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. See you guys next time.